Right then, welcome back to the channel. Stephen Howson. Here's the player ratings for that weird game against Aston Villa yesterday. Now, before we get into it, I want to talk to you a little bit about the goalkeeping situation. The absolute shit show, as there always is, when Manchester United have a correct decision go in our favour. You remember all the fallout that there was from Coventry City when they had a correctly offside goal called as offside? We're getting it now with Aston Villa. People don't understand the rules of football. The same way when someone goes down with a serious injury, the ball goes out of play. The wording in IFAB's rules is serious injury. There is no mention of head injury anywhere in any football rules and regulations and laws. There is none. It's serious injury, right? But you will see commentators persist with this nonsense of it's a head injury, the ball goes out, it's a head injury, therefore you have to stop play. It's nonsense. It's not in there. It's literally not in the rules. It's just a complete misreading and total misunderstanding of the rules. People don't know what they're talking about. Now, another area that people don't know what they're talking about is control of the ball with a goalkeeper. A goalkeeper can have it in his hand, throw it in the air, he's still in control of the ball. While it's in the air there, he's still legally in control of the ball. You can disagree all you like, you can interpret it however you like. Legally, that throwing the ball up in the air like that, he's in control of the ball. If they're bouncing it on the ground and it leaves their hand, they're in control of the ball. Now, the situation yesterday with Bayindir, he was in control of the ball. Moving it from one hand to the other, he's actually got his right hand on the ball. It doesn't have to be in both hands, which is what I think the commentators were sort of alluding to. You don't need to have a firm grasp of the ball in both hands to be considered in control of the ball. You just have to be touching it with one hand. That's it. And you're in control of the ball. Law 12, in case anyone's interested. It's absolutely mental, the fallout from people, the slow-mo screenshots and all sorts of stuff from people just demonstrating that they don't have a fucking clue what they're talking about. Annoying, eh? Anyway, Bayindir, 7 out of 10. Clean sheet. 4 clearances, successfully dealt with some aerial threats. There was maybe a couple of moments where you go, a little bit like that. Let's be honest, he didn't fill you with confidence the way he dealt with what ended up being a disallowed goal. But you know, he was pretty calm, I thought. 7. Victor Lindelof, I thought it was a really good. He's had like a bit of a string of really decent performances towards the back end of this season. 95% pass accuracy, 61 out of 64 passes. Won 3 out of 4 of his duels and was really composed, especially during the build-up play. He was consistent, he was calm. He gets a 7 out of 10 as well. Harry Maguire, 90% pass accuracy, 5 clearances, 7 out of 8 aerial duels. It's an 8 out of 10 performance from him. Like, considering how dangerous that forward line can be for Aston Villa, a real makeshift Manchester, a back three that's never played before and will never ever play again, just shut them down. I don't know what happened to Aston Villa yesterday. They was so far off the pace. But yeah, it's an 8 out of 10. It was one of the strongest performances from this season, and it was some real stability and real, genuinely good defending from Harry Maguire. Also, on an 8 out of 10, showing maturity beyond his years, Aiden Heaven. 7 clearances, which is a game high. Nobody else made more. His positioning was consistently impressive. His recovery is excellent. 92% pass accuracy. Underline his confidence, his composure, and his ability with the ball. I think it was a real sort of confidence check for him, especially dealing with some of the runners that he was dealing with. Shut him down, played well, and given himself a real shot at being involved in the first team for next season, especially on that left side centre half. So well done to him, 8 out of 10. Every click, every search, every single site. It's all being tracked unless you take control. But that is where Surfshark VPN comes in, sponsor of today's video. It is a powerful, easy to use tool that gives you privacy, freedom, and peace of mind when you're online. Whether you are working from a cafe, you're using a public Wi-Fi, an airport, or you're just browsing from home, Surfshark protects your data with bank-level encryption. It hides your location and it keeps snoopers out of your online life. And right now, you can try it with 4 months extra for free. Just go to surfshark.com/Howson or use the code Howson, that's Howson, at checkout. Surfshark does not stop at security. You also get unlimited devices under one subscription, perfect for sharing with the family. You get the clean web, which blocks ads, malwares, and tracker. You get split tunneling, so you can choose which apps get to use the VPN and which ones don't, which is quite handy. And you get bypasser, so if you want to stream or you need to log into your bank or you need the direct access, they've got you covered. And even if you never used a VPN before, Surfshark's beginner-friendly, fast, and works right out of the box. So if you value your online privacy, and honestly you should, you want to browse without limits and you want to avoid being tracked online, now is the perfect time to get started. Head over to surfshark.com/Howson or enter the code Howson, that's Howson, at checkout to get an extra 4 months for free. And they've got a 30-day money-back guarantee. You can try this totally risk-free. Cheers to Surfshark for sponsoring today's video and for helping make the internet a little bit safer. Mazraoui, I'm going to say 7 out of 10 because that's basically him. Obviously, had to go off because of the injury, but he was pretty bright. He won 3 out of 3 of his tackles, 89% pass accuracy. Just do what Mazraoui does. Bruno Fernandes, it's a 9 out of 10 performance from him, 92% pass accuracy, and when he has high pass accuracy and creates chances, typically United do well. So 79 out of 86 accurate passes, had a ton of opportunities created, including 1 big chance. 5 defensive clearances, committed tackling. He covered every blade of grass yesterday, had an assist, probably would have got the goal if it wasn't for clearly being Christian Eriksen's last game in a Manchester United shirt. 9 out of 10, man of the match. And I think him giving up the penalty also signalled, I'm here next year, don't worry about it. 8 out of 10, Casemiro. 3 tackles, 5 clearances, dominated his physical battles, winning 8 out of 15 duels. Brilliant long ball accuracy, which was a threat when it was needed, stretching Villa's defence. 8 out of 10 of those were accurate. He was an attacking threat, he hit the woodwork, and he was a defensive bit of steel in midfield. Finding a player to do what Casemiro does is going to be difficult for us, but we kind of need to. Dorgu, 7.5, 91% pass completion, 5 crosses. There was a constant outlet to him on that left-hand side. He did lose possession 15 times. He's got to improve that, but he was a threat, and I love the energy and the intensity that he brings to that position. Diallo, he's an 8.5. He's just under Bruno in terms of man of the match. He is a match winner, but he is decisive. The header was fantastic. Brilliant instincts, brilliant movement off the ball. 90% pass accuracy, excellent link-up play. Won the penalty which secured the victory. He's just lively and he's an absolute threat anytime he's on the pitch. He is one of our better players anytime he's involved. I'm getting absolutely hammered by flies here. Mason Mount, I think that was an 8 out of 10. I think it was his best game in a United shirt. 91% pass accuracy, created multiple chances. He was good creatively. He worked hard. He was instrumental in getting on the ball, stretching Villa's defence around. 8 out of 10 Mason Mount. 6.5 out of 10 for Rasmus Højlund. Only completed 60% of his passes. He did win 4 out of 9 duels, which is a rare sort of high for him to win that many. It still doesn't move anywhere near enough in terms of his movement inside the box. And it's so evident that you can see the other people in this squad moving better inside the box than him. But yeah, 6.5 out of 10 for him. Dalot came on early doors from Mazraoui. 91% pass completion. He only had 1 duel, which he won. Wasn't really required to do much defending because United was just so dominant. And then especially the second half, United just really took over. Kobe Mainu, 7 out of 10, 94% pass completion. I saw quite a lot of energy from Kobe when he came on. He was looking to move forward. It was neat. It didn't really have much else to write home about. Johnny Evans, obviously 10 out of 10. Experience, calmness. He made 5 clearances, 86% pass accuracy. He was the best player on the pitch for 24 minutes because that's what he does. Christian Eriksen, in what's clearly going to be his final game